Well, hey guys, happy almost Thanksgiving, or should I say Friendsgiving. I'm Nicole and I'm here to show you a mini pecan pie. So let's get started. First, we're gonna mix all of the liquid ingredients. So we're gonna have some syrup in here, 2/3 of a cup of syrup. We already pre-melted some butter, 2 tablespoons of butter to be specific. I'm gonna put that in. Then 2 eggs that we already pre-whisked as well, just to make it a little simpler and easier for you guys. And then we're gonna put in some vanilla extract. You know, you always like that extra flavor. We're gonna put in 1 teaspoon of that as well. Let's see if I cannot overspill this. There we go, perfect. Oh, that was first. Didn't overshoot that one. And then we're gonna add in some regular sugar. We also mixed in some brown sugar, and that's 2/3 of a cup. We added in some brown sugar. We wanted a little extra flavor, get that flavor, oops, there we go, mixed in. And then we're going to whisk this before we put the pecans in. So we want to make sure that this gets fully mixed together. You don't want any chunks of the sugar. You know, that's the worst when you bite into some baked good and you have like a chunk of like flour or sugar and you're like, this is just, ugh. So, and it mixes together pretty fast and pretty easily. There we go. Alright, and then I'm gonna put, make sure this whisk doesn't fall in, some pecans in. Now, what works best is the half of pecans or even smaller bits. I'm not going to put the whole thing in because I want to save some for the top, but I'm going to put a very good amount in them. So I probably did about 1/4 of that cup. Just mix that in as well. And you want to make sure they're mixed through because you don't want all the pecans to sit on the top or the bottom. Alright. So I'm going to leave this mixture, it's the pie filling, I'm going to leave that aside. I'm going to actually take the whisk out and put that there. And I'm gonna move on to the dough. So with the dough, what we did, if you don't have a cookie cutter, if you do, you can make cool little circles or shapes, whatever you want for the pie crust. But I just took a glass and I'm gonna put it in the middle of this dough, turn it around a little bit, and then perfect. We have a perfect size, I can get it off this wax paper. We have a perfect size little pie crust. Now it is a little thick, so you're gonna wanna thin it out. Sure it doesn't fall apart. Of course, if it falls apart, you can just put it in the little cupcake tray we have in front of us and make sure that does well. And then where's my fork? Here it goes. We're gonna fork the edges just so it has a little bit of the, looks like a little bit more of a pie crust on the end. There we go. And that was not the best idea for me to just put it back on the dough, but I wanted to put it aside before I actually sprayed this. Don't forget to spray the pan. Now I know a lot of people now have non-stick pans, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you don't, just make sure you spray it. Alright, so I sprayed it. I'm gonna put my dough on. Actually, I'm gonna do a whole new one because mine just fell apart. And you gotta be careful with that. Actually, you know what I would suggest? I would suggest putting it in the pan and then thinning it out. So you can see here, I'm just thinning it out. Take the fork in after and go in and put the little indents and divots in the side. And then I'm gonna pour some of the mixture just in, and you just want it to be a little bit filled. There we go. So I didn't fill it all the way up to the top because obviously you don't want it to overflow. I put it in 3/4 of the way, and then I'm gonna put some pecans just on the top. And then I'm just gonna keep doing that until the whole tray is full. Gonna put it in the oven at 350 and bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. So we put our mini pecan pies in for just a little longer, about 5 extra minutes, just so it got a little bit more golden brown, but they look absolutely delicious. And whether you wanna eat them just right off the plate, scoop them in and eat them, or even wrap them up and give them to gifts for friends, I think anything would be great at Friendsgiving.